So going through life so far, most of us probably went to school, right? You must have at least met one mentor in your life, such as your parents. If you don't have parents, then you have friends. If you don't have friends, I should probably stop with this. Whoa, shit. Sad times, huh? I'm just kidding. You have the internet. If you claim you don't have internet and you're watching this video, you ain't fooling nobody. So despite whoever you had, we've all met interesting teachers at some point, here and there. Plus a mixture of all those unique personalities. I hope you guys never encountered teachers that were similar to some I had. Now I had this teacher who every day would constantly remind the students of how beautiful she was. I'm sorry, miss, nobody cares. She would always say things like, everyone, when you have the power of beauty without you, not within you, without you, like me, people tend to get things more easily. While that may be unfortunately true in a sense, she would just tell us every day how beautiful she was. She didn't really help us learn English that much. Guys, how old do I look? And God help you if any of you say anything over 25. 35, miss. Minus 50 on the next test. 23? Oh, you shouldn't have. You're my new favorite student. And soon after that, everyone was able to figure out her algorithm for the class. Keep kissing her ass and you get points. Boom. Oh yeah, besides her looks, she would also talk about her ex, complain about how she doesn't get paid enough for this shit, and not to mention she gave $5 one time to this kid she didn't like, so that he would leave and just go off to buy cigarettes. No lie, she was a preppy girl stuck inside a teacher's body. I tried to give her a message one time by showing her this site where students rate their teachers. And yep, everyone said the same thing as me and she just laughed. But she was cool with doing what she was now. Can't really change those who don't want to change. Next up we have the clueless teacher. By this, I don't mean that she didn't know the topic she was teaching well enough. She was just very outcast, or maybe not being able to connect with the students enough. Okay, so one day during winter time, it was snowing super heavily, and the schools weren't closed for some reason. Thanks, Mayor, you really care about our education, or some shit. Also, no one really came to class that day. It was just 2 students, me being one of them. I had that one special dad that made me go anyways. You'd expect a teacher to have a chill day or watch a movie with 2 students, but no. As soon as she finished taking attendance, she straight up moved on to a question about democratics. I mean, who does that? And the kid at the other end of the room was like, seriously, miss? We're actually gonna ignore the fact that like 95% of the class isn't here? Yeah, now answer. I don't know what you want from me. Also, that particular classroom always smelled like weed for some reason. She walked in one day when the scent was very strong. She looked real disgusted. What is that smell? What the fuck? Wait, miss, you really don't know what that is? No, and I don't like it. So she yelled across the end of the hallway, "Hey, security, get over here." Oh shit, principal, is that you too? Woo! Y'all kids in trouble now. You guys gotta check this out. All the students were cracking up because this was so ridiculous. I personally think she just got high off the smell. Because of her, 5 security guards walked in and suspected it was one of us hiding that weed. Actually, the source of the smell always came from the class before us. But they checked all our bags for it anyways, which none of us ended up having. I don't think we actually learned anything on that day. Now for this teacher I genuinely loved, but many of us were not that appreciative of his puns and corny jokes. At most we tried to crack a smile because he was a sweet old man, and we were all edgy teens that thought nothing was funny, unless it was like a sex joke or something. There was this one girl who constantly laughed at his jokes, maybe for the grade, but most of us ended up giving him this blank stare. For this instance, let's call him Mr. Odd, since that's convenient, and he was also our math teacher. One time he just wrote a letter E on the board with red chalk, and all the students were wondering what that was.
So everyone, you all ready for the next topic? Get it? Red E?
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's pretty funny. But no one else was laughing, so I soon got into the habit of the class. Despite our lack of reaction, he would make an effort to say at least one joke a day. Personally, to me, I thought it was hilarious. But to save face from the rest of the class, I would keep a straight expression too. When he saw us about to fall asleep is when he would crack the jokes.
Hey, I bet you I can stand on my hand for $50.
And all the kids were like, no way, because he was like 70 or something. Instead of what we expected, which was a handstand, he did this instead.
See, I told you I could do it.
This guy is hopeless. But since he seemed like he was having fun, a few of the kids chuckled along with him. Here's another one of his jokes.
So who are you guys voting for this upcoming election day? I'm voting for Tricity.
Nobody knew who Tricity was.
And I'd appreciate it if you guys would vote for her too. Electricity.
Oh god, that was good, but that was bad. And I saw some kids shaking their heads while I was trying so hard not to laugh. Even though it seems like we can't tolerate him, there was this one time this girl actually told him to stop. Can you stop? It's not funny anymore. You're supposed to be teaching the class and not doing this kind of nonsense. And I don't know, she always just seemed like that one social justice warrior that was always triggered. You bet everyone shut her up. He seemed hurt, but we all started defending that guy, so it was cool. I'd say because of that, she was shunned for the whole year in that class. Originally, I wasn't gonna add this teacher in, but then I realized how unique she was. Don't get me wrong, she was always a positive thing and always full of energy. Here's the thing though, her grading standards were whack. She would assign to us presentations even she forgot about, and that one kid who actually worked hard on it would have to remind her. On the day she was reminded, she said that we had to talk about our topic for at least 5 minutes. Miss, how are you gonna say that and stop the students after 30 seconds? Cause that's exactly what she did. She looked really bored hearing the students talk and told them to sit down. But she gave us an A+ anyways. I mean, I ain't complaining. During midterms, nothing she taught would be on the test, and basically all the students would either get lucky with their answers or fail. When she realized too many students did fail, she gave us extra credit work. 10 points on the midterm if you wrote a 1-page essay about Jehovah's Witness. Was this even legal? See, I wanted those extra points, so I wrote about the origin of 666. And wow, I actually learned from researching about that. Yes, she was very spiritual and would talk about Jesus every time we met her. She even handed out Jesus brochures. Get a load of that promotion. Anytime she asked a question, the right acceptable answer would always be, you guessed it, Jesus. During the final exam, she let us use our phones, assuming because she didn't teach us again and didn't want her class average to look bad. She really was something. And if you guys have ridiculous teachers like these, I feel bad for you. Yeah, for a short while they're entertaining, but you never really learn anything from some of them. Not saying all the teachers I mentioned in this video were bad at teaching. They were just very interesting.